All right, so we're going to talk about domain and range in this handout. So just remember that the domain is the x values, and we do have a format. The format is usually going to be the left with this symbol, then we have an x, we have the less than symbol, and then we have the right. And then we have the range is the y values, and that's going to be the bottom with this symbol, the y, this symbol, and then we have the top. Now, if we have a open circle, then the symbol doesn't have a line. If we have a dot, the symbol has a line under it. So in order for us to get the domain, and I know there's not a lot of space. All right, sorry about that, guys. So the domain, put it right here on the outside. The left side, we want to go ahead and do a little line here. And then the right side. All right, so this symbol is a dot, which means that my left side number needs to have a line under the symbol. So if I look here, this is -2. So I'm going to go ahead and try to write mini. Right, let me put it up here. The domain is -2. And then since it's a closed circle, I'll put a line under here. X, and then put your symbol. Now this is an open circle, so that means I'm going to keep it the same. And I'm going to look at the right side. The right side is at +3. Now the range is the same setup. You have less than, y, less than. All right, that's my setup here. But now I'm looking at the bottom. So when I look at this bottom part right here, this is an open circle. So that means I don't put a line under there. But now I'm at the y number, -4. So -4 is the bottom. And then we have the top part. The top number is over here. So we're kind of making a little box. You should make like a box, basically. And on the y number, I'm on the 2. That's the top. Now, because this right here is a closed circle, I need to put a line under this side only. So usually, guys, just by looking at these symbols, you should be able to tell what the answer is going to be. All right. So if I go to number 4, it's kind of the same setup. Number 4 has a left side, so I'm going to put some dots. It has a right side. It has a bottom. And it has a top part. All right. We're going to fill out what it says. What does this thing say? It says domain. The domain, according to my notes, is the x values left and right side. So really, I'm looking at the left side and I'm looking at the right side. So because we have domain, the y doesn't make sense as an answer. Cancel out the y part, cancel out this part. All right, so it makes it easier. Now, what happens if you have arrows? Because these are dots, but look on number 3. So go ahead and finish this one if you can really quick. Left side, right side. We have an arrow here. So the left side is pretty good. We're good here. We have a dot, so I know that this is going to be domain. That's the x values. That's the left side with my symbol, and the right side. So I have -2. This is an open circle, right? And then, but look at this, look at the right side. If I go here, guys, this is not a dot. I can't do this. This doesn't work because this arrow keeps going to the right forever. It keeps going this way forever. So really, this is infinity. But if you notice, this is not our setup here. Look, I don't have anything like that. But they only want the number part. Infinities really don't count on the answers. They only want this part right here. So which one of these matches what I have here? The x, if I were to rewrite, the x would be on this side. This little symbol, look, it's like eating the x, like a little alligator. So I would like have to flip it. And then the -2 would go on this side. So really, the answer should be C. All right, so just rewrite it, guys, because they don't like infinities. That's only when it has arrows. All right. So let's go to number 4, or sorry, number 2. What am I doing? It says the domain and range. So let's go ahead and do our setup. The domain, right? Let's give some space. You're going to be the left side. Put your symbol, X symbol. So we're looking for this number right here. That's the left. We're looking for this is the right. The range, this is the bottom number with your symbol, a Y symbol, and then that's the top number. So make that little box like you did before, and then pay attention. This is a closed circle, so I need to have a line under it. This is a closed circle. I need to have a line under it. So you have to change some stuff, all right? Domain, left side, right side. Range, bottom has to go first according to the notes. It's the bottom and then the top. All right, so put pause and finish these up. Make sure you get these right before we move on, and then we'll continue. All right, now, so in here, it says coach has 96 golf balls and the school's golf team. The coach will give each player on the team 8 golf balls. All right, the graph shows a linear relationship between Y, the number of golf balls remaining for the team, and X, the number of players on the team. All right, so we have the players and we have the number of golf balls, right? The coach will use no more than 6 players on the school's golf team, which set best represents the range of the function of the situation. So range. All right, what is my range? My range is the Y numbers. So really, guys, we shouldn't be looking at the X's at all. I don't need the X's because it's only asking for range. Now, a set is a set of numbers. So you use these little braces, these little squiggly lines. They're called braces. And we're only going to use the dots that we have. Now, I want to know which Y number goes with what dot. So over here on the top, that's like the 96. Now, this dot is a little bit higher than the 84. If you have a straight, try to draw a straight line. Like here, like see that this one, that's in between 72 and 84. This one is right on 72. So that's a perfect number. The 96, that's a perfect number. This is not a perfect number. It's really close, but it's a little bit higher than the 60. This one's really close. And then this is perfect on the 48. So if I'm going to do the range, if I'm looking at the Y numbers, I need a 96, a 72, and a 48. So everyone look right here. All right. These numbers are the small ones. Y'all notice these little small numbers? This is the domain. So this doesn't make sense because they're small numbers. Small numbers don't make sense. The 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's this right here. We're not doing domain. We're doing range. So now, once I see this, my 96 is one of those perfect numbers. All right. The 48 is another perfect number. So do you see how they're coming out? And then look, the 72 is another one. So it has to be one of these. But which one best represents? It says best represents. So look, after the 96, I have an 84 and an 88, right? This dot, this golf ball, this number, it's not on the 84. It's a little bit higher. Can you say it's an 88? I think so. So this one, I would say 88. Now look, this line is a little bit higher than 72. Right? So 72 is one of those perfect numbers, you see? But this one's a little bit higher, so I'm going to say 80. So that makes sense. So really, guys, if you start looking at which one best fits, this one makes a little bit more sense because I don't have a perfect 84. And this is also missing the 80 part. So really, the answer is going to be best represented is C. Okay? So that one can be kind of confusing. But it's asking for the best one, right? Now look right here, guys. This is asking for domain on this side. So that means you're not looking at the big numbers. Scratch this out. Which ones are the perfect numbers? Draw your line if you want. Kind of helps you what you know the perfect number is. So these numbers are smaller. They all have to have a 0 is perfect. Oh, the 2 also. The 2, 4, 6, 8. You see that? So what's in the middle right here? What do you think is in between 0 and 2? What number is that? What number is in the middle of 2 and 4? What number do you think is in the middle of 4 and 6? Which one of these best represents all those numbers? All right? Only small numbers, guys. Only these numbers that we're looking at. It doesn't go bigger than 8. If you have numbers bigger than 8, you might want to get rid of them. All right, so pause it. All right, for 7 and 8, guys, we're going to skip those for right now. For number 7 and 8, the domain and range ones. All right, let's just go to the back. So in the back on number 9, it says, what is the range of the function represented? All right, and on this one, we need a set again. We need to have a set of numbers, and the range is the y values. So really, you should scratch out all the x's on this one. On number 10, domain. Again, we have a set. And the domain means that that's the x value, so you should be scratching out all the y numbers. All right. Looks pretty good. All right, now, put pause. Make sure you get those done. Put pause.